Alex, you should be saying welcome or welcome back to a new manager, but congratulations, I suppose. How are you feeling this morning?
Really proud, extremely excited. It's a fantastic football club that's in my heart, I think, and this season has been the last 2.5 years since coming back under the previous gaffer has been an incredible time for us all, and just everyone being here today and seeing how many people have come, just for this shows how far we've come, I think, and for me it's a massive challenge and for me to take on, but I'm really excited and I'm ready to hit the ground running.
How did the conversations with the chairman go after, obviously, you took on the 2 games? After Cheltenham, I asked you what you were looking forward to next. You said that evening. What happened after that? How did those conversations go?
Well, I did spend some time with the family after that game, but I think that it was a really important time for everybody because we have had success here for the last 2.5 years. We were staying up and then obviously promotion, and then last year as well where we finished, and I think we're all disappointed with where we finished because of how well we started. But I think that the club needed to take time, as did I, because we all wanted to make sure that this was right, 100%. It's an amazing club for anyone, and there will be a lot of suitors for this football club, 100%, and we've seen that in the people that are linked to it. So we all need to take the time to make sure it's the right decision, and I think that in all honesty, the chairman needed to go away and think as well. We've had an amazing manager here for the last 2 years that's brought this club up to where we need to be and showcasing what we are. And I've been lucky enough to learn from him. And that was our conversations, really, that we don't want to change. This club, like I said, has had amazing success. There's a fantastic group of people now. The players, we've got a great group to work with now, all signed up. We haven't got to go out this summer and get loads of players. It's not a change. And I think we just need that solidity. And for me personally, it's fantastic for me to have the opportunity to take that forward. And I think that was in the chairman's final thoughts in terms of we don't have to change. We have to add, we have to improve. Of course we do, because we want to keep improving, but we don't want to change the identity of what's been created here over the last few years.
Let's go back to the first spell. I suppose we need to talk about it. It wasn't easy, was it? And it ultimately wasn't successful for you the first time around.
No. I know that's the kind of elephant in the room, really. I think for me, when you first learn to drive and you first pass your test, you go home, you take your L plates off and you pass, you put your arm out the window, you're not ready to drive, you've still got to learn, you've still got to get that experience. And I wasn't ready for that occasion. But when I left here, what I didn't do, I didn't blame anyone else. That was down to me. I got the opportunity to manage an incredible football club again that I couldn't turn down at the time, and I thought I was ready. So since that time, I've managed to reflect. I've managed to look back. I've been able to learn from someone who is a fantastic teacher, and I asked a question to him, before we left, and he said to me, "You're ready to go. You're ready." So to me, that means a lot to me personally, because it shows how far I've come, shows the resilience in myself to realise that, I wasn't ready, made mistakes, but that's how you learn. You have to learn from that, and now I have absolute, complete clarity in the way that we need to go and the way that we need to play, the way that everybody needs to see this club play. And just really excited now to look forward to this challenge.
You had to build a squad then, probably, in each season. As you've just said, 17 players retained already, and they all know each other. They know each other, how each other play. They know you. Do you know what you need to add to that group?
Yeah, I think that we're lucky that we have got those players signed, because ultimately there's clubs there that are looking for more and more players, and it's going to be a difficult market this summer for sure. I think we all know that defensively we've been outstanding this year. We've got some outstanding talent there. 19 clean sheets in our first year in League One is is pretty amazing, really. So we have to keep that solidity for sure. So, but in terms of attacking wise, we need to add. We need to become, we need to get more numbers in the box. We need to get more goals to put ourselves in those positions where we can win more games. And ultimately, that's what we'll all be based on and we'll be judged on is winning games. And we need to make sure. I've called it that we need to kind of sprinkle some ice and sugar on top of what we already have, just to finish that kind of cake off. And that's what we'll be looking for all this summer to make sure that we improve.
So you've got two new chefs alongside you then?
Absolutely.
One new face and one very familiar one.
Yeah.
Tell us about Neil and Scott and how those conversations went.
Yeah, so for me, the biggest lesson I've learned is that it's based on trust. It's based on people that might, compare your strengths and your weaknesses, and you have to come together. And it is based on trust, but it's also based on talent and knowledge. And with Neil, I've known Neil for a long time now. We've done courses together, and anyone you speak to, reputation in football and in life is huge, and his reputation is renowned for his coaching and his knowledge of the game. So he's going to bring a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of his phone book's incredible for people that he knows in the game, and he's just a really fantastic person to be around. And when you look back at your bench, you have to know that people have got your back. And I know for sure that Neil is that. And after our conversations of just explaining what the club's about, how I want to play and how we need to see this team play, Neil was on board straight away. It wasn't a long conversation. And since then, we've had many conversations about how we move forward together. And then in Scotty, we all know Scotty. We all know his leadership. We all know his talents and what he did. He's a warrior. He was always a warrior for his club. I've played with him 3 different clubs. We have a picture in our room in the coaching room of Scotty hands in his head when I scored against him at Wembley. So he got greeted with that yesterday.
Yeah, welcome back, Scott.
But Scotty's going to be a fantastic coach. He's already been coaching where he was. And what I will say about Scotty, and this is where for me, that trust comes into it, that he's retired from football, got player of the season, players player of the season, but he wanted to be a part of this journey. And to me, that means everything. As a manager, you have to have that. And I know that he's really excited to be able to give him the opportunity. And I just think between us now, I'm really happy with what we've put together. And I think that everybody should, kind of appreciate the fact that obviously Neil coming in and Scotty to make sure that we look stronger as a group.
Neil, if I may, welcome.
Thank you.
You've worked at some of the biggest clubs in the country, England and Scotland. What turned you on to Stevenage? What made you want to get on board with Alex?
Well, firstly, I'd like to thank Alex for giving me the opportunity to come into Stevenage. I think through jobs, obviously you have conversations, and I've had a long, good conversation with Alex, and I've met Mr. Chairman and Leon, and we've had real good conversations. And what I've found is they were good people you wanted to come and work for. Obviously, I've been to Stevenage a few times as a coach, and then coming in to do some scouting as well. And I felt that the community, everything fitted for me. Alex's enthusiasm, and also the feeling within the club. I felt it was a good fit for me, and I like working with good people that are focused and they've got a vision, they've got a purpose to their work. And it was something that I felt that I didn't want to turn down. I thought it was a good opportunity.
Scott, last couple of seasons you were here, it was a struggle. Obviously the club's changed since then. What have you noticed in the last couple of days since you've been back?
Yeah, firstly it's great to see the club coming so far in the last 2 years. I think, when I was here at the club, there was struggles, there was issues. We found ourselves at the bottom of League Two, really fighting relegation, and it's great to come into a club that's at the top end of League One. The whole place has changed, and there's a real positive feel about the place.
Question on structure and team. You were quite rigid the first time, and you did 2 games and you had 2 different systems. You had a 4 and a 3. Have you had discussions what you're going to do, or is it going to, is it going to change, or are you going to be quite structured again?
No, I think you have to be structured to a point. Obviously, I think, but I think this team has to reflect not only myself, but the football club and what our identity is all about. I think now you have to be adaptable. I think you have to be able to go from different shapes. We've seen that a lot, that these players can deal with different shapes and achieve wins and have success in them. So no, I think that we have to be really adaptable. I think we have to have a structure and be really organised and be really hard to beat. But on top of that, we have to go and win games. We have to go and get numbers in the box. We have to press. We have to be really attacking, and that's in order for us to win games. And that's what we want to see. We want to see people showcasing their talents, and we've got a lot of good attacking players here, and we just need to bring out more of them and improve the squad in those areas.
All those footballers are all sunning themselves at the moment, and you 3 sitting here. When do you get to meet the players again?
So we've met a few already, but they come back on the 24th of June, so they're going to have a nice time away. They've all got programmes. Today will be the first time that I actually speak to all of them, and I'm looking forward to that. I've had some brilliant messages from players already, and they're already really excited. But especially, I think he's that character. But we're all looking forward to getting going. I know it seems a long time away, but we've got a lot of work to do now to make sure that everything's ready for us and when they come back in on the 24th of June.